There you are, sitting right in the middle of people you know. Maybe it's a family dinner. Maybe it's a gathering with friends. Voices all around you. Laughter, too. But inside, it's quiet. You're nodding. You're smiling when you're supposed to. But no one in that room knows what's really going on inside you. And the loneliest part? You can't even explain it. Because how do you tell someone you feel alone when you're not? If that feeling is familiar to you, you are not broken. You are not ungrateful. And you are not alone in feeling this way. Millions of people, especially after 40, carry this exact feeling. They have families, they have friends, they have full lives, and yet something feels missing. You go to a family dinner and talk about everyday things, the food, the weather, who said what at work. On the surface, everything looks fine. But inside, there's a voice that keeps asking, does anyone here really know me? Does anyone see what I'm carrying? You scroll through your phone and see photos of people gathering, laughing. Everyone seems so connected. So why do you feel like you're watching life through a window? This is one of the quietest kinds of pain. Because from the outside, your life looks full. But from the inside, it feels hollow. Let me tell you about someone. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah is 43. She has a husband, 2 kids, and a job she's been doing for over a decade. On paper, her life looks good. She knows that. She's grateful for it. But lately, something has shifted. She'll be sitting at the dinner table with her whole family around her. Her husband talking about his day, the kids on their phones, the TV on in the background. And in the middle of all that noise, Sarah feels completely invisible. She tries to remember the last time someone asked her how she really was. Not how her day was, not whether she picked up the dry cleaning, but how she was, deep down. She can't remember. She has friends too. They meet sometimes, they talk, but the conversations feel like they stay on the surface. Safe topics, easy topics. Nobody goes deeper. One night, Sarah sits alone in the kitchen after everyone has gone to bed. The house is quiet, and slowly, she realizes something that stops her cold. She's been performing her life, playing the role of wife, mother, colleague, friend. But nobody knows the real Sarah anymore. Maybe she doesn't even know her anymore. So why does this happen? Why do so many people feel this way after 40? Part of it is life itself. When we're younger, relationships have a different kind of energy. We're figuring ourselves out. We're building things, dreaming. There's excitement to share. But somewhere in the middle of life, routines take over. The same conversations, the same roles, the same patterns. And slowly, without us even noticing, we start living beside the people we love, not with them. Old friendships fade too. People move, life gets busy, the phone calls get shorter. And what used to feel like closeness starts to feel like distance. There's also something deeper happening inside us at this stage of life. We start asking bigger questions. Who am I now? Is this the life I wanted? What comes next? And often, we ask those questions alone, because we don't know how to bring them into conversation, or we're afraid of what people might think, or we just don't believe anyone would understand. So we keep going. We smile. We show up. We carry the weight quietly. And the loneliness grows. Not because people aren't around us, but because the real us isn't being seen. Here's something worth sitting with for a moment. Loneliness is not about how many people are in the room. You can be alone in a crowd of 1,000 people, and you can feel completely understood in a quiet conversation with one person. What we're really longing for is not company, it's connection. Real connection. The kind where you can say what you actually feel, where you don't have to explain yourself, where someone looks at you and you know they get it. That kind of connection doesn't just happen. It takes courage. It takes honesty. It takes vulnerability. And after years of being strong, of being the one who holds things together, vulnerability can feel terrifying. But here is the truth. The loneliness you feel is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It's a sign that something important is missing. And that means it can be found. So what can you do? Not big, dramatic changes, nothing overwhelming. Just small, honest steps. Start with one person. Not everyone, just one. Someone you trust, even just a little. And instead of the usual questions, say something real. Tell them something you've been keeping inside. See what happens. You might be surprised, because the people around us are often waiting for permission to go deeper too. If that feels too hard right now, start with yourself. Write things down. Let the thoughts out of your head and onto paper. You don't need answers. Just give yourself space to feel what you feel. Think about what used to light you up, before the responsibilities piled on, before life got so heavy. What did you love? What made you feel alive? Find your way back to even a small piece of that. And if the loneliness feels very deep, please don't carry it alone. A therapist, a counselor, a support group. There is no shame in asking for help. In fact, that might be one of the bravest things you can do. You don't have to figure this out by yourself. That's the whole point. Before you go, I want you to hear something. The fact that you feel this, the fact that you're even watching this right now, means that part of you is still reaching out, still looking for connection, still hoping. That matters. Uplifting tone. You are not too far gone. You are not too old to change. You are not too closed off to feel close to someone again. Midlife is not the end of your story. In many ways, it's the part where the most meaningful chapter begins, if you let it. So tonight, wherever you are, if you're sitting in a quiet house after everyone's gone to sleep, if you're in a crowd that doesn't see you, if you're carrying something no one knows about, just know this. You are seen here. You are understood here. And you are not alone.